everybody, we just got our Model X back. It's really nice to have it back. It's kind of like when you've been gone on vacation for a couple weeks and you come back and it just feels like home. We've had our white seats in this car for almost a year now, and one of the questions we get all the time is, how are the seats holding up?
Yeah, you know, they refer to that old video they saw with us pouring food on the seats and wondering, you know, how it's doing as far as just long term. And, you know, 20,000 miles in, and 2 boys under 4 years old, 7 interstate travels and road trips, and we think it's held up incredibly well. And we're going to get a little detailed here and get close to the seats and show you what, you know, the first year of the seats have proven so far.
So here's our normal setup. Our 4-year-old sits right here. We have car seats and a seat protector, but
yeah, you know, something worth noting too with these car seats and car seat covers, and a prime example is that if you've got kids and you're worried about the white seats, the car seat covers will cover about 90% of the seats. So the seats that have the kids on them are actually probably the cleaner seats of all the seats in the car because they've physically had less contact with.
You can see a little bit of an indent, but I believe this will probably go away within an hour without anything there. So since we're doing the good, the bad, and the ugly, I will say that one of the not so great features is that the crumbs tend to get stuck right in here, and you notice them right away because it's white. You know, obviously that happens in any car, but
you can't get away with it here.
Yeah, you really can't. You gotta keep them clean, but you end up noticing it faster because it's white and you can get to it.
So there's a little more upkeep with it definitely than the darker colors, because you'll notice it and you'll want to wipe it off. So Kim, how do you think the seats have held up overall with everything we've done and had, you know, with the kids in this car?
I'm actually surprisingly amazed at them because we have had spills. We tested, you know, ketchup and everything, and it just came right off. People sometimes ask about jeans, like new jeans, dark jeans, if it rubs off, and I haven't had an issue with that as well. I do carry baby wipes in the car, so if I notice a spill, I try to get to it as soon as possible. But, you know, we're human, and sometimes things get left for a few hours too.
Yeah, and you know, per Tesla too, they said specifically these white seats perform better in stain-resistant testing than the darker colors did. So it's, you know, something to think about when it comes to darker colors. You don't see things. Here you definitely readily see things on your seats and you kind of wipe them right off, while darker seats, most of the time you just sit on it.
You may look at it as being more upkeep because it's white and you notice spills or, you know, mess more, but I wouldn't think of that as a major concern. It's just something that you see right away and you would, you know, normally clean off. Any person would.
So what would you say some of the good things are then with the white seats?
The first thing that's most obvious is that it makes the cabin just feel larger and clean and fresh. That was really evident last week when we had that signature Model X with the leather seats. It was a different configuration, but in addition to that, it didn't feel the same way. You know, we got into this car after having that, and both of us immediately were like, wow, it feels so clean and fresh and modern, and it's just a really different feel right away.
Yeah, and as far as, you know, the temperature issue here in the summer months in the southern U.S.
That's a big thing, you know. A lot of times with, you know, leather or a leatherette type of vegan leather, you'll stick to it and it will get really hot in your car. But with these seats, you know, definitely it's cooler because it's white. You know, it doesn't attract the heat the same way a dark color would.
Yeah. And creasing is an issue too. With older leather materials from cowhide, you'll notice they'll start to crease. We don't see that here at all.
We don't see it at all.
It's got a wow factor to it where it's such a unique car.
That was something that was huge for me too. I think that when we both saw the white, we initially were like, that is so cool. It's so different. But then we were nervous because we had kids, and is that really practical? Is that, you know, the decision, the choice that we should make? But I'm so glad we did, because the car already is, you know, a wow car. You know, the doors open and people are drawn to it, and then to go in and see those white seats really is just amazing.
Elon Musk called it a sculptural work of art. It was something that delayed production a little bit, along with the Falcon Wings, was getting these seats to be the way that he wanted them to be designed.
One of the other factors that we haven't talked about that I really appreciate is that they're vegan. You know, you're not actually killing any animals to make these seats.
Yeah, you know, it takes 4 to 5 cowhides in the production of a typical SUV's seating materials. So, and turning that skin into leather, it requires about 130 different chemicals. So those are some things that some people value. So it's worth considering as well. And it's nice that, you know, the white color has the unique aspect, and it also gives you that aspect.
So we did email Tesla to find out exactly what the seats are made of, and they actually said that it was polyurethane.
Yeah, it was polyurethane. So, you know, it could be better.
It could be better.
Did you know that Mercedes and BMW actually are among the only automakers that offer vegan-only interiors, at least as options? And they're made from a blend of recycled materials and wool, and their colors actually come from a plant-based dye, which is pretty neat as well. You know, Lexus, Audi, Jaguar, Land Rover, all those brands do not offer any sort of vegan interior. Yeah, here in the third row, I've noticed that the edging, the white cloth, that definitely has gotten a little more discolored or dull in its coloration. Very few of, you know, cloth spots to go around, but around the seat belt area on the third row is one of them. There you go.
See right in here.
Yeah. I don't know how close I can get, but there you go. So there's a little bit discoloration there.
The white is a lot softer than the leather seats as well. It feels really good against your skin. However, if you have a dog, you know, it could be more prone to tears.
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, being that much more plush, it probably will get torn up easier if you've got, you know, sharp buttons on your jeans or something along those lines on your boots.
So there you have it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But there's really not very much ugliness to these seats. We hope this video will help you make a decision when purchasing the S, the X, or the Model 3. Thank you. And a special thank you to all of our new patrons. We are really excited to be getting some new equipment, and a big thank you to Evoto.
Yeah, Evoto is actually a car rental company out of Montreal, but not just any car, a Tesla rental company. Starting off here in 2017, and they're sponsoring us, so we're gonna have better video quality for you to share coming up shortly, and we'll tell you all about them as well.